Now, can we please give a huge blah-blah-blah welcome for John McCrum, who's going to come and talk about everything no one knows about troubles I've seen.
Good evening, everyone. You see from the title, I'm here to tell you a few stories about my troubles in Northern Ireland, or my experiences of troubles in Northern Ireland. Oh, well, that's right. The first one is 1971. I'm a student in Belfast. I've got a girlfriend called Liz, and we're arranged to meet in the corner of the City Hall, just there. It's a Wednesday afternoon. It's half-day closing. The place is deserted. So I'm waiting for Liz. I'm walking around in circles. I've got a big satchel on my shoulder. Liz eventually arrives, and she's got a big satchel on her shoulder. And we're down across town. We're meeting friends on the other side of town. So we get to her favourite shop, which has a walk-in, walk-out arcade. And we're in that quite a while. We hear a huge commotion outside. And we tentatively walk out, and we are surrounded by those. And a lot of soldiers, all pointing their guns at us. It was pretty scary. They yelled at you, put your hands against the wall, put your feet out. Somebody come up behind us, don't touch those bags. And they kicked their feet out some more. And we got a very thorough search, and our bags got a very thorough search. They didn't say sorry, but just said, on your way. So Liz and I were walking along, talking about this and how you were shaky or things. That wasn't very nice. We're walking on, and round the corner, we see two of these driving past, and they look out and they say, oh, look, that must be them. So they stop again. They stop us again. All the soldiers piled out of the armoured vehicles and give us another search and point their guns at us. And, oh, on your way, not sorry or anything. We're nearly at our destination, and there's two squad cars right past, and you can see them both the same. Oh, look, it must be them. So 3 times, we eventually got to our destination. It wasn't easy. The next story is, I decide to join the UDR. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it. It's called the Ulster Defence Regiment. It's like a dad's army. The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker can join it. And when you join it, you do 1 week's training at an army camp, and you become a soldier. So we're doing a week's training, and halfway through the week, I'm outside our tin hut where we're sleeping, having a cigarette, and I hear an explosion in the distance. And I think nothing of it. I hear another explosion a bit closer, and a regular soldier runs past. He says, get everyone out of the hut. The IRA are mortar bombing the camp. I run into the hut. I say, the IRA are mortar bombing the camp. And they all laugh. And then there's another much louder explosion. So they all get out of the hut very, very quickly. The outcome of the IRA's attack on Ballykilner Army Camp was an abysmal failure. All the mortars fell on the wrong side of the fence. 2 mortars got over the fence and blew holes in the football pitch. That's how bad it was. A little aside to the story, the first day we were training, we were taken out onto the rifle range and given our rifles, given bullets, and could be shoot, you know. There was one particular guy, and he was dangerous. The bullets went that way, that way, that way, that way. They never went straight in front. They took this guy out every day to teach him. Well, we didn't know the outcome of it, but we've done a week's training. We get our uniforms. We turn up for our first tour of duty. The first thing you do is you go to the armoury, you get your rifle, and you get your bullets. So the guy that couldn't shoot was beside me, and they gave him his rifle. But they never gave him any bullets, ever. He was too dangerous. Okay, I leave the UDR because my father and I buy a pub in a small market town about 15 miles inland from the place I live, which was the first picture, sorry about that. And our best customers were the police. Now, they used to come into the pub when the pub was empty, when it was after closing time. They did it because they drank a lot. It was a very stressful job. They got bombed and they got shot at. I had a cousin who actually, twice they found a bomb underneath his car. He was the sensible one looked underneath. There was quite a few policemen didn't look, and they're not here anymore. But anyway, one night the bar's empty, I'm doing the till, there's a knock on the door, and there's two policemen at the door with a squad car outside. And they come in, they get a drink, they throw their gun in the bar. In the space of half an hour, I have 12 policemen in the bar. And they're having a merry old time. And every time they come in, they put their guns in the bar. I've missed it. That's the bar. That's the bar we had. They put the guns in the bar, and that's the gun. It's a Sterling submachine that they couldn't really do. So it's a very surreal thing to see all these guns and all this drink. Policemen are having a great time. There's another knock at the door. It's another policeman. He's on his feet. And he's absolutely pissed. He's incapable of walking. And he comes into the bar and he finds a wall and he lies against the wall and he puts his feet out because that's the only way he can stand up. He doesn't say anything. All the other policemen don't particularly like him. They don't offer him a drink. He doesn't ask me for a drink. But what does he do? He pulls his notebook out. He pulls his pencil out. And he says, "Right, see you all. You're all booked. And you're in uniform. And that publican will probably go to jail." Well, anyway, I've now got 12 angry policemen. One of them was more angry than the other, and he went up to him and he started to thump him against the wall, and the air was very blue. And the other drunk one retaliated, so they were starting to brawl in the bar. I don't know how it happened, but they ended up in the street outside the bar, brawling. It got to the stage, they fell over and they were rolling about, and all the other guys stayed right, and they pulled them apart. They put the very drunk one in the squad car at the front door, and they come back into the bar and they ordered another round of drink. And when I set up another round of drink, they said to me, "Will you go out and keep an eye on him?" I said, "All right." So I'm standing at the bar. I can hear him rattling the door handles. He can't get out because his child locks, where it keeps the bodies in. And then I hear a sound, and it chills my blood. It's seriously an awful sound. He has cocked the weapon, and it means he's put a bullet up the breech. Yes. And if you touch the trigger on that gun, it empties the magazine. It doesn't do one shot at a time, it just empties the magazine. And also, it's non-directional. It just sprays bullets. I quickly get into the bar, get behind a very thick wall, and say to them what's happened. I thought I'd have a drink of water. They're very nonchalant. The four of them go out, they get in the front and the back, they wrestle the gun off them. Now, the gun does not go off. If it had went off, it would probably made international news. Policemen kill each other outside a bar in a little town at 2 o'clock in the morning. It does not go off. They bring the gun in, they lock the car. They all come back into the bar. What do? They order another round of drink. And when I've set them up another round of drink, John, way out and see what he's doing. I go out and thank the Lord he's gone to sleep. So yeah, but, this is only one more story. This is the scariest one for me. When I started to tell this, I've told it once before, I can still feel the fear. So the most important thing of this story is I've got a girlfriend called Maureen. We live together. She's a Catholic and I'm a Protestant. And it's a real no-no in Belfast. You just don't do it. It's very, very dangerous thing to do. So we're home late on Saturday night after 12 o'clock. I get out of the car. The minute I get out of the car, somebody comes out of the shadows on the other side of the car and puts a gun across the roof of the car. My guts turn to liquid, it's unbelievably scary. I get into the car, he gets into the back seat behind Maureen. Maureen, I can see her shaking, she's white. I turn around and say, "What do you want me to do?" He says, "You're driving me down to a garage to get a pack of cigarettes. I'm going to tell you where to go after that." And I see he's put the gun on the floor at his feet. I don't know, it would maybe help me some way. I know that if you let the situation I'm in now, if I wait to the end of the story or the end of the event, we're going to die or we're going to get shot, something terrible is going to happen. And I thought, I'm not brave, but I thought, I've got to do something before I get that far. So we're driving up the road. I said, right, I know what to do. I said to him, if I turn right on this road here, there's a big garage at the bottom of this road. Okay, turn right. Right. There's also a big station, big police station down the bottom of the road. We get to where the police station is. I stop the car, and it'll probably be the length of the car. An emergency stop to end all emergency stops. He smashes into the back seat. Hopefully I really stunned him. Maureen's never had a chance to take her seatbelt off. She's all right. I had my steering wheel. I yell at Maureen, get out and run. And I open my door. I don't get out. I roll out and run into the police station. We run into the police station. And I said to the policeman on the desk, there's a man with a gun in the back of the car. And about 3 policemen run out. It takes a wee while. Suddenly they come back in and they've got this man in handcuffs. And the policeman on the desk looks at him. And he says, right. That would be Paddy. The gun's not real. It looks real.
Oh, no.
We keep taking it off him. And he keeps buying another one. And all he wanted was a packet of cigarettes. So the policeman said, do you want to prosecute him? Prosecute him. You know, I want to go home to bed. I'm alive. I thought I was going to die. Thank you very much.